Hello, everybody. Once again, we're back at Sepa Bilbao 2024, and I'm here with Professor Iain Chapple. Professor, thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
Let's talk a little bit about a recent meeting that you attended called Principles with Sepa and Kenvue. What was the objective of that meeting?
So the objective of that meeting was really about trying to make understandable the guidelines, the S3 level clinical guidelines, because it's a complex process which people don't understand. And it sort of synthesizes the evidence from systematic reviews and then converts it into a series of recommendations. And this was in particular an initiative related to the use of chemical agents in mouth rinses and in toothpaste, which traditionally have not really been recommended, but the evidence base is quite strong, based on the literature and the systematic reviews. And so it was trying to explain how you bring together that evidence base with other factors such as affordability, availability, environmental and ethical issues, etc. And really explain how the recommendations emerged from that process and what those recommendations really mean, to bring them to life and to make them accessible to clinical people working in their offices and surgeries around the world.
How did we get to this point? It seems like there's been changes over the years in terms of recommendations for the uses of mouthwashes. Yeah. How has that evolution? What's that been like over the course of your career?
It's a good question. I mean, when I was training, really mouthwashes were regarded as something cosmetic and not necessarily something that was mainstream. The fundamental approach was about mechanical removal of plaque biofilm. That was the key thing, because what we didn't want were people using mouthwashes as a kind of an excuse, a quick fix, because that's not what they're designed for.
Right.
And really what's changed is that the evidence for use of mouthwashes as an adjunct to mechanical plaque control has grown. And this was really about getting the message out there, because a lot of people still live in the past, how they were trained as undergraduates, and we needed to bring people up to date with the current thinking and how chemical agents can be very useful as an adjunct on a sort of patient by patient basis.
And what do you think was the meeting successful in your opinion?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you had the guys that wrote the systematic reviews, ironically based in Madrid, in Complutense, and so there was a lot of knowledge there, a lot of experience there, and it was a very good discussion, a very open discussion, a very honest discussion. And yeah, I mean, I think it achieved its objectives. I think hopefully anybody watching will realize, well, this is the science, this is how it's translated, this is probably what I need to be thinking about doing in today's world.
Thank you very much, Professor Chapple.
Pleasure.